So there's an anime that actually wasn't on anybody's radar, not that I know of. Aldnoah.Zero. I'm doing a review for episode one and two in one little video because episode one, the only thing that had me that was really off everywhere was the ending, because that ending was bad. It was crazy. Just all the nukes flying. The only thing, well, not nukes, but the little castles that the Martians had falling. The only thing I really want to talk about in the first episode was the ending, because you see the limousine get shot by, I guess, like a little mini terrorist group. They shoot it, and then that's the Martians thing. They're like, oh yeah, now we can actually attack with reason. But we actually find out in episode two that the princess wasn't even in there, so they really just had that was really just a plan, I guess, that they were waiting for somebody to do that so they could have a reason to attack the so-called Terrans or rats from the Martians. I don't even know what they're called. I'm just gonna keep calling them Martians because they come from Mars, but they're humans. I guess humans colonized Mars. First episode was way too much information for me. It was a lot to swallow, and if you, I actually had to watch it a couple times. But episode two though, those cataphracts, I think that's how you pronounce them. Those mechs are OP. The one with the lasers is the most OP. It was taking down squads like nothing. And then it did a little beam after they showed all the cataphracts doing their little thing, and it basically nuked the entire area. Like OP mech is OP. I don't understand. Uh, like destroying basically a city. Well, it looked like a city-sized area. Maybe it wasn't that big. Maybe I'm just over-exaggerating, but it looked pretty big, and it just got blown up just because the dude made the beams go past that area. The other mech with the weird guy and Slain. Slain was piloting, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, shoot them, shoot the Terran, shoot him. He don't care." But Slane's a Terran. Why would he do that? And guy just like, "Yeah, okay, screw you. I'm killing him myself." Shoots down the plane. Slane has to watch it. Well, he closes his eyes like a puss, but oh well. He didn't want to watch his own people die. Gosh, making so many mistakes. Whatever. Keep going. Um, when he dropped them and then he landed, I was like, oh, okay, look at all that crap. I'm like, oh, hey, some Martians, he's gonna save them. And he's like, nope, farewell, rat smack. Ooh, the pimp hand is strong. Smacked them into nothingness and just had the girl. I don't. That mech must be really slow because that girl was running really slowly. Like that was on some Pacific Rim crap when the girl was running away from the kaiju and the black guy came over there and saved it. It was that kind of scene that I got from that. But long story short, the cavalry comes. Not really cavalry because they get wrecked by one cataphract. God, that word. Oh, actually, while I'm talking about that, it was actually like I googled the word after my friend brought up how it was used in ancient warfare. It's a heavily armored little. It's heavily armored people that were used in ancient warfare by a couple of little ancient races, Greeks, Byzantine, Roman, Goth, a bunch of people use them. So that's pretty interesting. Except those are spelled with a C. This one's spelled with a K. It's same thing, just different first letter. But yeah, they get wrecked. What's her name? Yuki? Is that her name? She saved the girl, whatever, and she's about to die. Well, she was about to die because dude was just smacking everybody. Like that hand was OP. Like all he had to do was touch. He didn't even have to touch them. They touch him and they died. How OP can you get? You people walk into you, they die. You smack them, you die. But he was moving so slow, and so it wasn't really much of a problem if you were moving fast enough. But Yuki gets wrecked. They put her on the truck. I don't know how they did that so quickly. I think they hooked her up to something and then they dragged her. I don't see how the little brake and gas helped at all. Like they actually should have went into him. I know part of the mech that Yuki was piloting got taken off, but it was really weird. I don't know how they made it go faster. I'm not great with cars anymore. Uh, what else? The whole little they went in the tunnel. Shouldn't he have been able to walk through that? I mean, he was eating up any and everything. Unless it's not really destroying them, or maybe it's sending them to some other place. I don't know. Like, cause Okojo, that I think that's his name, cause he got brought into that when what's I don't even know. I know it starts with Ina show, something like that. When he actually let him go, and it was ironic because the guy was killing everybody with his hand, and he was like, "Need a hand," and then he just let go of him and let him like the whole hand thing. It was scattered throughout the entire part. But he really, I'm thinking that Mech should have been able to walk through that unless it's not really destroying everything. It's just sending it to some other place. I don't know. It's the whole little cataphrax thing is really interesting because there's supposed to be like some god armor from Aldnoah. I think that's how you say the thing. But yeah, I feel like the next episode is gonna be interesting because they're trying to attack after that whole group just completely failed and they're just a bunch of rookies. I don't know how that's gonna go. Hopefully something happens. Well, of course something's gonna happen because even this episode was just balls crazy. Like there was barely any dull moments. Like the entire, I guess it's making up for that first episode where every the whole entire episode was just explanation until you got to the last 5 minutes. One thing, actually, before I end this, why in the end of the first episode were the people in New Orleans speaking Japanese? That was I just found that weird. Like I know in K Project they had Japanese actors talking English when they were supposed to be attacking English people in the first episode. Granted, they did a horrible job at English, but they still could have did it just for authenticity. Yeah, authenticity. I can't speak. I'm screwing up so much. Oh well. Yeah, but Aldnoah.Zero, if you aren't watching it, you really need to. It was pretty interesting. You need to watch it. It's not on anybody's radar, but honestly, it's better than Gun Gale Online if you're watching that. It's not as good as the comic got killed in Tokyo. Well, I can't even say that anymore because they're all pretty much tied from interest from me right now. And Gun Gale's at the back behind Sailor Moon even. Oh, that's horrible. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you thought if you watched it.